So I'm sitting on the couch. All of a sudden I hear a knock on the door. I'm wondering who's knocking on my door right now. I look out, FedEx driver. He comes up with a huge package. I'm wondering what it is. And look what it is. We got a skull, and it's actually from David Yu. On the back, it is signed by David Yu, and it actually says Pokemon is coming next week. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Disclaimer, we are not professionals. We are not financial advisors. This is not financial advice. Do your own due diligence and enjoy the video.
All right. I'm just messing with you guys. That was a complete joke. David, you didn't send me anything, and Pokemon is not coming next week. But guess what is coming next week? We got Jurassic Park. So in exactly 1 week, the Jurassic Park movie is going to premiere, and everybody who signed up for the early access tickets are going to be getting free NFTs. I'm starting to wonder how many of these are actually going to be animated and how many are going to be static. We know that they've been working with this company for a long time. We can see this was posted 58 weeks ago. So a long time they've been working with this company. We know they get the models actually from Jurassic Park. So they don't have to do a ton with the models because they're already there. And I think animating them would be pretty cool, especially for dinosaurs, animated dinosaurs and augmented reality. I think a lot of people will like it. I don't think it's going to tank the market too much. I don't think it's going to make the market move a ton, I guess, is what I should have said. But I mean, I'm super hype about these in general because I do think dinosaurs animated in AR are going to be sweet. And I think it will attract a lot of people, and especially everybody going to that movie. If they get sent the ticket online, I think they will probably download it for the free movie. But we can see right here, we have another thing, which is the Jurassic World or the Jurassic Park gate. So what is going to be happening with this gate? I don't know. I'm going to be very surprised if this comes out with the drop. I feel like it's going to be an additional feature with MCP, but we will have to see what happens with that. For the Dcon drops, this is where it gets kind of fun because we're going to be doing price predictions. If you guys don't know what Dcon is, it's basically DesignerCon. A bunch of artists go there and release their products, and Veve was there last year, and Veve is going to be there again this year. So this kickoff party is going to be on Saturday with a bunch of products that we're about to cover right now. But on top of that, they're also going to be in November going to the actual Dcon event, which me and Ben and Hunter might possibly be going to. Ben might not be able to. So possibly we'll be at Dcon. Let me know if you guys are going to be going to Dcon in November down in the comments down below, because that would be super cool to meet you guys. But we'll have to see what ends up playing out and if Ben can end up going. But this is the self-made portrait by Brett Crawford. So Alex kind of leaked this. He says Brett Crawford is, and he will be signing the release of his self-made physical piece that may or may not include a purchase reservation for the NFT on Veve later this year. So later this year, this is actually coming to Veve. I think this is super cool. He's like, what he's working on himself because it's self-made. You get it. So he's like all made out of wood and he's hitting himself. I actually really like this. I hope this does come out. That'd be so sweet if this came out in a, oh my God, if this came out in a 3D collectible instead of a portrait. Woo, I would like that a lot. That would be awesome, especially in AR. Woo, guys, I might have to pick that up if they end up doing that. But for the actual Dcon drops, which are coming on Saturday, we have the price predictions. We have all of that fun stuff. Let's get into it right now. So I'm actually going to be ranking these. So this is actually really cool. They actually made it so all of these collectibles are going to be releasing at 1 p.m. PT time. So before last Dcon, they had all the collectibles drop at separate hours, and the market was pretty much down the whole time because you have that 30 minutes before, 30 minutes after where the market's closed. And then we had collectibles almost every hour. So this will be very cool how they all are going to be dropping all at once. So a little sneak peek of all 5. We see all of them right here. And now let's get into ranking them and price predictions. So for the number 5 spot, this is going to be my least favorite collectible out of all 5 of them. But I do really like this artist. This artist uses bunnies and all the posters. We see 2 posters already on Veve, which one of them is sitting at $90. The other one's sitting at $350. And the mints are actually closer to the one sitting around $350. So it could do pretty decent in the market. I mean, the price coming out is 50 gems. So not crazy, nothing terrible. And I do think this will be in profit once you go for the drop. And it's cool. I mean, it's really cool. There's bunnies all over the place. It's in a little snowy vibe. I think it's decent. It's not my favorite out of the Dcon drop. So my number 4 spot has got to be the moonflower. So this is actually the moon mixed with a flower. And you can see some words right here. I'm curious to see what those actually say, and if there are more words over here, because it looks like there's more designs. It looks like this one is pretty cool. The person who made this, the Monkey King, is actually the person who came out with the ghost bears. So those are extremely limited on the app, which are the little ghost bears. You guys can see them on the screen right now. But the list prices on this is 77 gems and 2,888 editions. I'm thinking it might be sitting around 100 gems, probably aftermarket. I think it's going to be more than 77, but I don't think it's going to be crazy high. For my number 3rd spot, we're going to go up to the Vulture. So the previous Vulture has 1,000 more editions in this, but the thing is, I do like the previous one more. I like the previous one more because it has different wacky colors compared to anything else on the app. And this one does also have crazy wacky colors, but it doesn't pop as much as the previous one. But this one is really cool. It's got all the dark blue, like violet in it. It is really cool. And I think it will look cool in AR, but it does have 1,000 less editions and the list price is 100. The previous one is sitting at 124 with 1,000 more editions. So I think it'll be around 100-ish. So around list price, probably a little bit more. This is a set by itself though, along with I think every other product on this list. So I do think these will be some pretty cool Master Collector's points and some pretty limited items, honestly. For the number 2 spot, we see the Bunnies Fall. So this is actually the same artist that does the other bunny posters. And you can see right here, this takes the second spot for me because at first it kind of looks like, oh, there's 2 little cute bunnies looking down the river. It looks like a nice cinematic scene, but then you look a little closer and you can see that all of these white marks are actually little bunnies in there. And then I was thinking, oh, pretty much every time the artist uses white, he uses bunnies. And I didn't even realize if you zoom in, you can actually see the little bunnies are actually the flowers on the tree. You can see all the bunnies over here, the orangish red color of the bunnies. I think it is really cool. And I'm not a huge fan of the posters, but I do think this is a cool piece to have. I think it's going to be over 90 gems in the aftermarket. So list price 50, almost double your money if it's sitting at 90. I think it's a pretty good one to go for. In the number 1 spot, which is going to be probably the one I go for, even though it is probably the hardest one to get, it's going to be the Shut Up and Paint. So we saw the Shut Up and Draw one from last Dcon, and that one's decent. I think this one is probably 2 times cooler in my opinion. As 888 editions, the list price is 77. The previous one is sitting at 370, not 700. 370 gems for the previous one, which has the same amount of editions, 888. I think I'm going to be going for this in the primary market. It does have the most potential. It's also going to be the most competitive to go for, but I do really like this. And I think I might actually keep it on drop if I end up getting it with only 77 gems compared to a lot of other ones. Lastly, guys, I'm kind of torn on this one. So this is a Tarzan of the Apes number 207. It's the first release by ERB Incorporation. So if we scroll down, we can see that it actually is coming out at 15,000 mints. So 15,700 mints. The secret rare is just above 200. So after Veve takes a portion of it, it's going to be sitting under 200 for the secret rare. I do think this is a decent looking comic. I don't think it's going to do crazy in the aftermarket though. That's why I want to know your guys' opinions down below if you guys are going to be going for it, because I don't know. It does look cool. I can't see it going crazy in the aftermarket. So I might hold off on this, even though it is 15,000 editions. And I think it is the first 15,000 edition comic on the app and the first ERB comic on the app. I might still be passing. It has the 207. It's not the number 1. The Go Collect was sitting at, I think, $190 for the 9.6, if I remember correctly from yesterday. I don't know, guys. I'm kind of torn. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. If you guys enjoyed the video, please consider hitting that like button down below. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. This is Veve Vision, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Let's go. Homies, let's go. Let's go, homies. Let's go.